Number 257 in the Masters of Cinema series is The Great Silence, a movie that I have long wanted to see. Big fan of spaghetti westerns, big fan of Sergio Corbucci. I, was happy to discover that Klaus Kinski was in this as the bad guy as well. It made me super excited to see this movie, and trying to track down a copy was pretty hard without paying over the odds. Thankfully, Masters of Cinema have released this stunning version, and it's a movie that has left me, rather shell-shocked after seeing it. It's taken me a little while to sit down to formulate my opinion, my thoughts on this one, a movie that really kind of made me appraise what I look for in cinema as well. With this stark opening that we have in the sort of snow-covered mountains of Wyoming, we discover that there is a group of people from the war hiding out, trying to survive off the land, and there are these bounty hunters looking to make a quick buck by killing these people. Now we are introduced to Silence at the start, a mute gunslinger who has impeccable aim and a conscience. Someone that we kind of like straight away, and because he doesn't really verbalise everything, it's all to do with his body language, the way he carries himself, the way he shoots his gun, and the way that he can assess a situation, measure up the danger, and take out all the bad guys, as you see in a stunning sequence at the start. The real antagonistic nature of the movie is delivered with a hammering blow by Klaus Kinski as Tegero or Loco, depending on which kind of version you're watching. He is a horrible character, someone that revels in their depraved version of humanity that they have. It's a guy that just wants to use people, that is only after the means to an end. If the current easiest way to make money is to lie, belittle, cajole people into giving up family members so that he can kill them and make a few bucks.
You're wasting your time. My husband's not here.
Oh, I know, but I'm not going to risk losing $1,000. You can make him come to me. And you will, won't you?
Then that's a perfectly acceptable way for him to make a living. And we're within this small town where we meet a new sheriff that has come to this town. We have the bad guy who is very smart in this one, understanding that he may not be the quickest gunslinger, so he plays things to his odds. We have a hero gunslinger who has a moral code that he lives by as well, unwilling to really shake that, which is something that comes into play later on. And we have a woman who sees her husband brutally murdered in front of her by Tegero, and she wants vengeance, hiring Silence to come and kill him. But everybody kind of knows this. It's not hidden fact. It's all out in plain sight inside this kind of muddy, bleak town. As they survive in the elements, we watch these players kind of move around this old western chessboard as we have the bounty hunters outside the town just trying to survive. It's a very bleak movie, bleak and stark, whether it be the weather that they are living in, whether it be how they're trying to survive, whether it be the way people are making a living. It is just a harsh world that we are thrown into here. A movie that very much must have had a huge influence on The Hateful Eight, a movie I particularly like. And this one really gives us a lot of characters to get behind, and some to be a little bit ambiguous about whether you like them or not. Like the sheriff, he comes into the town, he's a new sheriff, he doesn't like the bad guy, he kind of likes the good guy, but he wants order and things to be done in a specific way, and doesn't like a lot of the political machinations that are going on within this town. So I kind of like that character mostly. Silence is great. The young woman that hires him is particularly wonderful. Klaus Kinski, you just hate Every single second he's on screen, he's one of those characters that just brings up that despise that I had for him, just burbled to the surface every time he was on screen.
Say, boy, you're trying to force me to draw, ain't you? I know your system. And I know you're supposed to try and kill me. But I'm not losing my temper, of that I'm sure.
And everything about this movie becomes muddled when I get to the end of the film. And I get to a starkly bleak and truly shocking finale, which I will not go into too much other than to say that I was deeply saddened and shocked by what went on. To see what happens in those final 10 minutes was truly unexpected, which was very different from the norm at the time. You're expecting the movie to play out in a certain manner, and it never goes that way, which is a real shame, and something that really does make it stand out from the crowd as well. It's one of those endings that I was planning to watch another movie after it. I had to give myself time. I had to go away, think about it. There was nothing else to be watched. Even the next day, I was shell-shocked about what happened, and it's a movie that just really did affect me at the end. And it's one that I really did enjoy. I can't see me going back to it too much because that ending is just so downbeat and harsh and unexpected and just, whoa, it left me cold like much of the characters within this world.
Don't kill me, Silence!
I loved a lot of the production standards and the look of the movie. There's something special about a western set in the snow that just looks cool. Similar with horror movies as well. It offers a different kind of aesthetic, shows the more hardships of the world and trying to just survive in these kind of chaotic weather elements. It's really nice. I think Corbucci really shoots it pretty well, doing a lot with the camera, showing us the way that the characters are thinking, especially with Silence, as he can't really vocalise what he is thinking. And it just creates a really kind of fun movie that builds up in a kind of typical adversarial story into the unexpected finale. Wonderful movie. Really great. A standout film, this one. And like I said, and as I've been on about, the ending is... it's an ending. I would love to know what you think of The Grand Silence. I want to have a conversation about the ending. I understand the necessity of it in conjunction with the story, but man, I really wish it was the other way around. As always, there's more content up here that you can check out of mine. There is a like button below if you think I deserve it. Click that button. Well, it takes a little second. Subscribe and share if you haven't already done so. And if you're feeling extra supportive, you can join the membership program or even the Patreon, which would be really welcome, especially this time of year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.